thank you all for being here and hearing 4 different visions for the future of Baltimore County. Thank you for your interest in where we're going together. I want to thank my fellow candidates for putting their hat in the ring, because I know firsthand how grueling it is and how much of a sacrifice it is to your family to be part of this process. So I want to thank them for being here and for being part of this process. Thank you Morningstar, thank you Bishop, thank you to the coalition for putting this on today. We talked a lot about what we're going to do. I guess I want to tell you why I'm sitting in the chair. And it starts at 6:30 this morning. There was an adorable little 2-year-old girl who stripped off her pajamas and was jumping on the bed, and she wanted to watch Moana this morning. I see the future of our county through my daughter's eyes. And I think about my own experiences here in Baltimore County, how I was a first-generation college student, a kid who grew up in the shadow of a steel mill, and how most of the kids who grew up with me, the prospects on paper weren't that great. But education transformed everything, made so many opportunities possible in my life. And I want that for Daria, just as I want that for every child and every family in Baltimore County. My faith grounds me, it sustains me. I know that I have had someone looking out for me in this process and through my entire life. I'm grateful for the abundant blessings that have been showered in my life. But I also know that, in my faith tradition, Jesus talks a lot more about feeding the hungry and healing the sick and going after changes, thank you, Shorty. But doing the most for the least of these and helping those who have been most left behind. And that's what I want to do as county executive, because I know that faith without works is dead. We have to have our actions follow our faith, and that's what I'll do. If you want to improve our schools, create more jobs, and make Baltimore County government more open, accessible, and transparent, we need a true progressive reformer who will stand up to the status quo and take bold actions necessary to move our communities forward. I hope that you'll join me in this journey. I pray that you would pray for me and my family, if it's part of your faith tradition. That journey begins in 60 days. We vote in 60 days, so I appreciate the opportunity together, and I'd be honored to build a better Baltimore County with all. Thank you.
Mr. Redmer.
So thank you for inviting me, and thank you for being here. I mean, this is a beautiful day to be sitting in here and listening to us. So I don't know that I would have wanted to do it, but I appreciate you being here. So if you happen to be voting in June as a Republican, again, my name is Redmer, and I am the one that showed up. So I hope you remember that. If I'm fortunate to get through the primary, and I'm on the ballot in November, and you are a Democrat, my name is Redmer, and I'm the one that showed up. I served on my church council for a number of years. My religious foundation, I believe, taught me that it's not about me, it's about others, and that's the way that I try to lead my life. We have talked about a lot of issues. And those issues are many, and those issues are costly. And I would ask you to think about that as I restate my background. I have spent most of my life in business, running small businesses and large. I have started businesses from scratch. I am in my second stint at running a large state agency. If elected, I would have more executive level leadership experience, actually running things, than any county executive in decades. Executive Leadership 101 is creating the vision, the expectations and the accountability, and communicating that through the bureaucracy of county government. As I travel the county and I speak to citizens that rely on the county for services, where I talk to police officers or firemen or teachers, the stories are miraculously the same. The county for years has failed to invest in basic infrastructure, buildings, maintenance, facilities, IT, employee training. There is no long-term plan in Baltimore County. We need a long-term plan and a multi-year budget. Now, candidates will tell you how they will govern if they're elected. I would invite you to look at how I've governed for the last couple of decades. And as I have to make decisions, the circumstances change, the problems change, the process is always the same. And that process is always open, it's transparent, and it's collaborative. Collaborating with all of the stakeholders throughout that process. So I will collaborate, and again, Executive Leadership 101, we need to identify, as I mentioned previously, all of the problems in the county. We need to quantify them. We need to prioritize them and create that long-term plan and the multi-year budget. I will work collaboratively with the members of the county council, be they Republican or Democrat. I'll work collaboratively with the state legislators, be they Republican or Democrat. And I'll work collaboratively with all of the stakeholders, those community groups around the county, as we identify those issues and create that long-term plan. While we're doing that, on day one, we will create an office of the Inspector General. We will systematically go through the county, look at everything we do, how we do it, why we do it, and look to see how we can streamline the process, find efficiencies, and do business better. If you talk to folks that have worked with me in the past, I am absolutely anal about customer service. Serving the people that we are responsible to serve, I can assure you that you will not hear, "That's not my job," or unreturned phone calls. We need to clean up Baltimore County. I'm getting the book. So my last thing I will say is I will be engaged in all parts of the job. I will be visible. You will know where I am. I will come. I've had the same cell phone since 2003. And finally, as county executive, I will continue to show up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Before we wrap up, I would like to acknowledge we do have Senator Shirley Nathan Pulliam has joined us. I don't know if any other current elected officials are here. Just you, the only one that showed up. So thank you for being here. I'd like to also take this moment to say thank you to all of our candidates. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you for your commitment. And before we go, as we're wrapping up, remember all of the candidates have a table out there, so if you are audience and your question wasn't answered, you can answer them. And I need the candidates to stay just for 2 minutes up front. Everyone from the Interfaith Coalition, if you're a member, can you please join us up front for a quick picture up? Also, thank you Bishop Dwayne Debnam and all of the members of Morning Star Baptist Church for your hard work. Thank you, everyone. Interfaith Coalition, people, please come. The members, please come for a picture.